Hi everyone, I'm Tanya Vatsa. I'm the founder and CEO of Elixir Wellness and the host of Spillingfacts podcast. And we're here today to talk all about metabolism and fat loss with two of our stars at Elixir, Dr. Sakshi Sitaniya and Bhakti Kapoor, who's an MSc in food science and is a very popular and busy nutritionist. So we're here with them today to discuss a host of topics, and I'm going to turn it over to them now with our first question. What are some simple ways that people can boost their metabolism? Over to Dr. Sakshi for this one.
So I just want to first explain what metabolism means. Basically, anything you eat or drink is converted into energy in our body, which is used for your daily activities. There are two types. One is your basal metabolic rate. The misconception people have is that only when you work out, you need energy. But even if you're sleeping, your whole body is functioning. Your heart is pumping blood. Your brain is active. Everything, every organ is working. So you need energy even while sleeping. That's your basal metabolic rate. Then there is a total daily energy utilizing rate, which is the energy that you're using while working out. That is your extra calories. So whatever you intake is your basic metabolic rate being used for your breathing, sleeping, and just being alive, I would say. Then how do you lose weight? How do you increase your metabolism? If you start working out, simple like walking, exercising, swimming, playing badminton, weightlifting, these things are your over expenditure where you're burning more calories than you're intaking. So maintain your basic calorie intake for your functioning of life. After that, if you feel your calorie intake is a lot, then I feel you need to increase your exercising to burn those extra calories and then increase your metabolism.
How does metabolism impact weight management and overall energy levels?
Most commonly, first, people feel like if they starve, they'll be able to lose fat, which is very wrong. You need all your proteins, all your fat. Also, second misconception is people feel if they have fat, they'll not be able to burn fat. There is something called good and bad fat. For example, complex carbs such as your fruits, your veggies, your whole grains, all this is very important for your daily functioning, for your basal metabolic rate. Whereas your simple carbs, like all the sugar items, everything that we love to binge eat, those are our bad carbs which will make us gain weight. So if we reduce that and we increase the carbs which are helping, complex carbs, they help us burn more fat. And exercising is very important because if you gain muscle, your muscle is one of the main, I would say, active component of burning your fat and converting it into energy for your body to function. So if you gain muscle by doing strength training, even twice a week, I've seen amazing results with people being able to convert their fat into energy, and doing daily basis some cardio activity where you're burning your excess of calorie intake. I feel that really works for a holistic approach.
Are there some common mistakes that people make while they're trying to burn fat?
Taking excess of calorie, not working out enough to burn those excess calorie, going on calorie deficit without giving the right amount of calories needed for your daily functioning, starving, that is extremely not okay. And of course, sometimes I've seen people go on a very strict diet and then suddenly binge eat. And then they end up gaining the excess amount of weight. So then, that is one of the common mistakes.
What role does gut health play in weight loss and in your metabolism?
Definitely does. So our gut is our epicenter of our well-being. So our gut consists of microbiome. So there is good bacteria as well as there's bad bacteria in the gut. Now, when we're eating the right kind of foods, what we have to do is we have to boost our good gut bacteria. So when there's a state of dysbiosis, which means that the bad bacteria overpowers, then that leads to inflammation in the gut, which can lead to a leaky gut, and that also slows down our metabolism. Now, also the bad bacteria encourage the metabolism to slow down because not only that toxins released into our blood, but also that insulin sensitivity goes down, and also the fat storage. So the good bacteria will cause the fat to burn, whereas the bad bacteria will lead to excess fat storage. Hence, gut health plays a very important role in our metabolism.
Can improving gut health help with fat loss? And if so, how?
Yes, so improving your gut health can really help with fat loss. Firstly, our gut health also impacts our hunger hormones, which is ghrelin and leptin. So, by including the right kind of foods for boosting your good gut bacteria, like probiotics on a daily basis, which is kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, your yogurt, buttermilk, these have light bacteria in them. So, when you're inoculating your gut with these good bacteria, you're helping them multiply and you're keeping your gut in its optimum state. Also, prebiotic rich foods like your onions, asparagus, bok choy, oats, apples, rice, all of these are fibers. So the non-digestible carbohydrate in them is what feeds the good gut bacteria. So when you're feeding your prebiotic fibers, that's when you're like helping the bacteria flourish and your microbiome is going to thrive, which again is going to lead to a stronger gut lining and is going to have a positive impact on your gut. Now, of course, we've spoken about prebiotics and probiotics, but also hydration is very important. Lack of hydration slows down your metabolism drastically. So research has proven that just about 500 ml of water had every hour can increase your metabolic rate by about 30%. And that's quite fabulous, right? So we must hydrate more. Now, some things that really are gut disruptors would be your antibiotics. So we must stay away from them. And your NSAIDs, so the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, also your artificial sweeteners like aspartame. These cause the good bacteria to die and they increase the growth of the bad bacteria. So we should stay clear of these. And of course, not to forget alcohol and sugar. These are absolute gut disruptors and should be really avoided at all costs if you want your metabolism to thrive.
What is the connection between gut health and skin problems like acne or inflammation?
There is, I would say, 100% connection because there are research studies which have shown that our gut have receptors which are directly connected to our brain and our hormone release. So one thing is it's called a gut-brain axis. Now, for example, if you've had a lot of simple carbs, which is your sugar items, these activate these receptors, which ends up increasing your acid production. So basically, there's a lot of inflammation going on in your gut. When there is inflammation in your gut, you get these inflammatory signs even on your skin. Now, these inflammatory signs exhibit as, for example, acne, which is the most common condition exhibiting on our skin, eczemas, even autoimmune conditions like psoriasis. All these things are inflammatory conditions. So you'll see the triggers are directly connected with our gut. So I would say 100% gut affects our skin.
How does what we eat affect the health and the healthy appearance of skin?
So for like we said, like gut-brain axis, gut has these receptors. Gut also releases, like Bhakti said, these hormones like ghrelin and leptin. So these hormones, they go and they act on our brain, and if there is an increase in the hormone, our brain feels like, okay, we've not eaten enough. And then we go into binge eating, and all of us we all stress eat and we end up going to sugar. Now, when you're doing that, automatically your inflammatory conditions, not just on your skin, but even in your body, having constipation, inflammatory bowel syndrome, everything gets aggravated. So if you have more of your prebiotics, probiotics, you have more of your proteins. If you are eating more protein, your body is spending more energy to utilize that, in which you end up burning fat and you end up gaining muscle. So automatically then your metabolism is increasing. If you have more of complex carbs like your fruits and veggies, your body, it is helping you burn fat and boost your metabolism. Whereas if you have these sugary items, they are making your body store fat. So when your metabolism increases, your blood supply increases, your antioxidant supplements with your pre-probiotic help in your cleansing of skin and automatically giving you a healthier, glowing skin.
How important is sleep for maintaining a healthy metabolism, gut, and of course our skin?
So a well-rested body will always have a higher metabolism. Sleep also reduces our immunity. It impacts our gut health negatively. So it's a vicious cycle. Sleep is very underrated, but it's extremely important for a healthy metabolism.
80% of all our conditions, be it physical or internal, is all triggered by stress. Because as soon as you're stressed, now stress could be mental stress that you're feeling low, you're feeling anxious, or it could be physical stress such as getting a bacterial, viral, or a fungal infection. In any type of stress, your body ends up producing more of cortisol, which is increasing the inflammation in your body. Now, let's take gut, for example, since we are talking about fat loss. When you're more stressed, more acid is produced, more hormones such as leptin, ghrelin is produced, making your brain feel like, okay, something is wrong, you've not eaten well. And in simple language, promotes you, triggers you to eat more. So you end up binge eating more. Also, you feel very tired and fatigued. So then you're not even exercising adequately to burn that excess of sugar intake that is happening. And lastly, everyone who's suffering with any skin issue, or even people who are not suffering, honestly, I've seen that if you're in a very stressful time, suddenly your skin starts feeling little dull. It feels like, okay, maybe you've not hydrated enough. You start getting one or two breakouts here and there. Suddenly your pigmentation starts to appear more darker. So stress directly proportional to your gut, to your skin. And if your gut is not okay, your metabolic rate is not okay, you automatically don't end up losing weight.
Are there specific supplements or therapies that you would recommend that we use for glowing skin, but also to boost your fat loss and your metabolism?
For promoting your gut health and metabolism, for gut, most importantly, is, of course, like Bhakti said, your pre and probiotics. It could be natural, and of course, there are supplements available as well. Then, coming back to your fat loss part, to be very honest, there is no compensation for your diet, exercise, and counting your calories. But to boost it, there are some which are available. Like Bhakti again mentioned, your green tea, your caffeine. Most important is also something called as your levocarnitine. It not only boosts your metabolism, it also helps in reducing reactive oxygen species, which is a side effect of inflammation in your body. So people who are taking these supplements, they tend to get that extra push that you need to, be motivated to be able to lose weight. But I would say first thing first is always your diet and exercise. You can add antioxidants, which we do at Elixir on daily basis, your vitamin C, your glutathione, your B complex, to stimulate your immunity and get a healthier body.
So how does IV therapy contribute to your metabolism and to your overall health?
So, see, Tanya, it's very simple. There are people who are already taking these supplements, especially majority of the people who walk in, they are not aware, so they are not taking anything, or they're already taking a lot of vitamins, but not seeing any result. Now, the whole point is, if you have a weak gut, if your gut is inflamed or producing a lot of acid, when you're taking a medicine orally, it's not getting absorbed because it's getting destroyed by the acidic lining of your gut. When we do IV, I'm not saying you have to only take IV and stop oral. But people who are taking oral, they need that push, because in IV treatment, we are giving the same vitamins in your bloodstream directly. So you're getting the benefits directly without having to go through your gut metabolism, your acidic lining. So if I'm giving you 100 mg of something, you're getting 100 mg directly, and the results get faster. So if you're trying to lose weight, and if you're taking L-carnitine in IV form along with oral, you are getting that extra push which everyone on a fat loss journey requires.
Let's talk fat loss with machines. What are the best ways to use this technology to boost your overall health, metabolism, and weight?
So, first I would like to start with one thing. Whenever anyone walks in saying that I want to lose weight, I always make sure that we check their BMI to understand their fat percentage, muscle percentage, body weight, everything. I also do blood test to understand, because fat loss is not just about what you eat and exercise. It's also about whether you're suffering with thyroid, with diabetes, insulin resistance. After understanding their history, I make sure they meet Bhakti so that she's on board about how much calories they are taking in and what are they eating. After finishing and achieving these baseline steps, then we proceed towards our machines, because at Elixir, I feel we all believe in a holistic approach. We don't do any invasive treatments where suddenly you've lost weight and then when you don't see us or you leave from here, you're gaining double weight. So this is where we are using these technologies. Our most common technology that I usually begin with is our fat cavitation machine. It's nothing but just ultrasound energy, which when given on our stomach or whichever area we are targeting, it helps to loosen those stubborn fat cells, which you're not able to lose at a gym. Even if you starve, you're not going to lose that. So we start with that, and then when we combine it with another machines like deep heat helps you to sweat it out. EMS is your muscle activator. So when you're losing weight, we are trying to strengthen your muscle and make you lose weight so that you don't become flabby. You're not losing it in a disproportionate area. Cellulite also, it works wonders. And then we have two more technologies, which is mainly for shaping and sculpting. So our most common popular one is our cryo melt, which is a fat freezing technology, which I inculcate after we've loosened up and made them feel a little lighter. And of course, understood that in 3 weeks, they're following Bhakti, they're following my steps, and they are working out. Then we do the school sculpt to basically give them that shape that they are aiming for. And lastly is our Tesla for your muscle stimulation. And we've got a new machine with Tesla with RF. So you're getting heat energy and this. But I don't want to skip, very important is our cryotherapy and infrared sauna, because I know a lot of patients who come in, they go like, no, we just want to lose weight. But they are not focusing on boosting their metabolism. So along with nutrition, my guidance, if they do cryo and infrared sauna, fabulous results with BMI and boosting metabolism.
How do these compare against Ozempic and some of the faster weight loss methods in the market today?
So Ozempic is basically a GLP-1 agonist. What it does is it just slows down your gastric emptying, and hence it keeps you fuller longer, right? So it basically kills your appetite. But what we need to do is we need to nourish our bodies. Now, why are people getting the Ozempic phase is because they're not able to eat enough protein. And protein is extremely important. We got to nourish our bodies to thrive. You can't just be like starving and then of course you'll lose the weight, but you're losing muscle mass. And a healthy body is one with more lean muscle mass and a lower body fat percent. Now with Ozempic, you're just losing all your weight and you're losing the good weight. So that's not what we want. And wherein when you come here, we're focusing on nourishing your bodies. Like we educate you on what will work for your body, how you should be balancing your plate to boost your metabolism, upping your protein intake, hydration, like we spoke about, exercise, lowering your stress. All of this impacts your body in a very positive way. So that is what we focus on. Also, we believe in affirmations. A very positive mental attitude is really important for your entire journey. And when in combination with like the cryotherapy and the infrared sauna, you're going to see that, you're just going to feel so much fitter and healthier and happier. And you'll see these benefits in the long term.
I want to add something to this because Ozempic face has become like a topic to talk about nowadays. In simple language, I would say this is our skin. Below that is your fat, muscle and bone. When you're on Ozempic, it's making you lose fat at a speed that your skin is not able to compensate because it's not able to produce that collagen that is needed.
Right.
And hence, you suddenly get, if you're losing the second floor, the building is going to collapse. So the whole skin sagging happens. And unfortunately, apart from what Bhakti said, yes, of course, protein, you're not able to eat. It also delays your gastric emptying, because of which there are studies which have shown that people have gone into constipation and in very rare cases, gut paralysis also.
Yes.
So absolutely, I mean, it's helpful for people who have type 2 diabetes and they are highly obese.
Yeah.
But nowadays, people are abusing this medication because healthy people are taking it to lose more weight. So that is not correct.
So let's talk about some of our amazing fat loss and nutrition success stories at Elixir Wellness.
Yeah. So at Elixir, we've had many success stories. I mean, apart from them eating balanced meals, when they've tried the cryo and the infrared in combination with the IVs, they've seen like sustained fat loss. It's not that they put on the weight quickly. Also, they see improvements in their gut health. So they benefit with their immunity, their skin, their energy levels, all of that starts to get better. So that's exactly what we want with each and every client, for them to feel their best by the end of their health journey.
To this, I would like to add that, of course, apart from all the touchwood, I would say, success stories of clients losing weight, one thing that I have observed and which has really worked is for females who are in their perimenopause, because of hormonal issue going through that phase, they'll experience a lot of gut bloating. And when they've come and they've tried these to lose weight, first result they've seen is reduction in their bloating. So with a healthy diet and the machines that we have, I've seen before losing weight, they actually start feeling they have a healthier gut, they have less of constipation, and they are so happy. They are like, okay, weight loss is happening on slow base, it's fine, but like my bloating has gone, which is
Absolutely important.
yeah,
Start.
it's a game changer.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
What are some myths about fat loss that people should be aware of?
So, most important is one, people feel like if they don't eat, they lose weight. Like we've been discussing now, that you need to eat for your basic metabolic rate for your body to function. Like I said, even when you're sleeping, you do need energy. Second, most common is I've heard that people feel if they eat at night, they are going to gain weight. It is healthier to eat 2-3 hours before you sleep so that your metabolism is kicking in. But just eating at night is not making you gain weight. You are burning calories 24 hours. You're also burning calories in your sleep. The issue is at night, people are binge eating. So this is where they are
Wrong foods.
the wrong food goes in. This is where they are gaining that weight. And lastly, I don't think the most important thing people need to follow is try eating every 2 hourly and try to inculcate your protein, your complex carbs, and balance it with your workouts. That is very important.
I agree. Yeah. And apart from eating timely, the quality of the meal is what has a bigger impact. And also that people want spot reduction. Now that is not possible with diet alone. So that is where the, technologies at Elixir will really help you for targeting those specific areas that you're struggling with.
And just to add to that, we have a team on board for mental health, because we've seen that if you're taking care of your mental health, your gut is getting healthier, your skin is getting
Your
healthier.
gut is your second brain. So
Yeah, your gut is your second brain. So if you also focus on your mental health, you are going to lose weight in a healthy way and live a longer, healthy life.
How can someone identify if their metabolism is slow, and how do they correct that?
So from medical point of view, when someone is following a proper diet, they are having all their proteins, their complex carbs, everything in proportion. And if they are exercising, doing weight train and not able to lose weight, definitely that means that they have some underlying clinical condition. This is where you need us, where we'll do a detailed history and do some blood tests to understand if you have diabetes, hypothyroidism, insulin resistance. And of course, then going over to Bhakti for nutrition.
we work on a daily basis with such clients with the slow metabolism. And apart from changing what we're putting in their plate, that's when we introduce the other therapies, especially the IV becomes an absolute game changer because that metabolism boost really helps. And then exercising, lowering stress, you literally begin to see the positives within a week itself.
What lifestyle changes can one do that has a big impact on skin and on gut health over time?
First, please sleep for 8 to 9 hours. Let us also sleep and you also sleep. So and I'm saying a good quality sleep.
Yeah.
There are people who need only 6 hours sleep, but they wake up fresh. So see what is your sweet time and have a healthy sleep. Second is by, of course, focusing on your vitamins, that's your prebiotic, probiotic, your antioxidants and all your metabolism booster supplements. Inculcate all the healthy proteins. I'm not saying don't have sugar. Please have. Your body needs to be shocked and given sugar, but have it in a very controlled manner under a specialist guidance. Increase your protein and complex carb intake and be happy. Do de-stressing exercises. De-stressing is my first thing. I should rather say that and then these things, because the moment you have a fitter, healthier brain, even 15 minutes of sitting alone, breathing, listening to music, walking, it's therapy, and you see a huge change in your skin, your gut, your overall health.
And my last question to you both is, what can people do in terms of lifestyle changes to achieve long-lasting and healthy gut health, skin, and of course to keep their metabolism in check?
So one key advice would be to opt for consistency over perfection. You just have to stay consistent with eating healthy on a daily basis, working towards lowering your stress every single day. So spend that time in nature, like Dr. Sakshi said, do some deep breathing, meditation, whatever works for you, and exercise. It doesn't have to be that you have to run a marathon. Do whatever makes you happy. Just go out for a jog, do cycling or a Zumba class, whatever works for you, but just get that body moving and you will definitely see progress in no time.
You can walk the marathon also, like we're going to do in 5 days.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sakshi and Bhakti, for being here today. This was a truly insightful session, and I'm sure that there's a lot of it that our users and listeners can take away from it. And for everyone listening, feel free to send in questions on topics you feel that we would cover. We're very happy to hear from you as well and to get some feedback. And don't forget to hit subscribe and stay tuned for much more coming your way soon.